Yeah. Running Back Nation, what is good? Sixers sickos, what is good? Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Sixers postgame live. Sixers take out the Orlando Magic 124-109 on two 30-plus point performances, one from Joel Embiid and one from Tyrese Maxey, the arguably best two-man game in the NBA. Yeah, hit the like button for me one time, all right? If you're in here or if you're watching it on replay, go ahead and hit the like button. That's how you push this stream out to more folks and help to grow the channel and grow the brand. So close out the chat one time and hit the like button for me. Join the Discord if you want to call into the show. If you got something you want to say after tonight's game, join the Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. Link is also in the description. After I say everything I want to say about this game, I'll look over at the Discord. If there's anybody in the room that wants to call the show, we'll go ahead and put you on the show. All right? What else I got to say? Listen to this on podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any other podcast platform. We're there in crystal clear audio for you to listen to. And, yeah, we'll be reading the chat as we go also. And, of course, the best way to guarantee that your comments get read on the show is to super chat or be a member of the channel. Shout out to everybody that supports me with super chats, memberships, whatever else. I really appreciate it. Let's get into it, man. Sixers win 124-109 over the Orlando Magic on a Joel Embiid 36-point performance. 36 in 3 quarters. Let's not forget to say that part. What he's been doing in the NBA so far this season is absolutely insane. And the fact that he's done it while sitting the amount of fourth quarters that he's done it is absolutely insane. I want to make sure I say his name right. The unfortunate young fella that had the job of guarding Joel Embiid when this game started, Goga Bitadze. Our guy, Goga Bitadze, woke up this morning and had to say to himself, son of a bitch, I have to guard Joel Embiid tonight. It didn't work. Okay. Joel Embiid had 28 points at halftime. He had 15 in the first quarter. He, early on in the game, put our guy Goga Bitadze so far under the rim. Dude should have walked back to the G League. It wasn't fair. And this is a 6'10", 250-pound person. This is, compared to any of us, a gigantic person. You see somebody walking down the street 6'5", 250, 6'10", 250. You're like, damn, that dude's fucking huge. Joel Embiid made that person look tiny. All right? And he cooked him the whole game, pretty much. Parts of the game, the Orlando Magic, they said, okay, Goga Bitadze can't guard him. We are going to put Wendell Carter Jr. on him now. He can't guard him either. Joel Embiid had the jump shot falling tonight. For most of the game, it cooled off in the third quarter, but the first quarter, the first half, just jumper on jumper on jumper on jumper on jumper. And what do you do with a guy that's this size, can put a guy like Goga Bitadze under the rim if he wants to, and he's just standing out there at the elbow, splashing jumpers left and right. A fun fact that came out yesterday, Joel Embiid shoots more mid-range jump shots than any other player in the NBA. He also shoots 59.7% from the mid-range, which is a better percentage than any player in the NBA. He shoots a better mid-range jump shot percentage than, what's his name, man? Chicago. Mid-range shooter, Chicago. Damn it. Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. Joel Embiid shoots a higher mid-range jump shot percentage than DeMar DeRozan, for example. So to shoot more mid-range jumpers than anyone in the league and shoot it at a higher percentage than anyone in the league is insane. And that's why he's become completely unstoppable. I'm glad that stat came out because I've been saying this season that his jump shot is so good that he's become completely unstoppable. What can you do with a guy that's 7'2", 280 that's shooting jumpers like this? You can't do anything about it. So Bugatti didn't stand a chance. Wendell Carter Jr. didn't stand a chance. There was a segment in the game where, old lefty Australian got on him for a play or two. Of course, he can't guard Joel. That's really the story of the game. He was just cooking from start to finish, 36 points in 3 quarters. Shout out to Stacey Clark for the super chat. They need to let Smith play more. Dude is a sharp shooter. We'll talk about Terquavian Smith a little bit later. We will. I agree with you, Stacey. Thank you for being a member, and thank you for super chatting the channel. Joel, Sixers fans, we didn't need Tobias today. Chill out. Yeah, I didn't care what Tobias Harris was really doing in this game because it was all Joel Embiid. Everybody's job was to keep giving the ball to Joel Embiid. There was a play where Kelly Oubre got the ball at the top of the key and Joel had his hands up and Oubre drove in and forced the shot. And it looked like Joel got a little bit annoyed with him at that point. And then, a couple plays later, Oubre did the right thing, which is give the ball to Joel Embiid. Give the ball to Joel Embiid. He's totally unstoppable. And he just proved again that he's totally unstoppable. It'll be interesting to see if he plays the back-to-back tomorrow against the Charlotte Hornets. Again, I don't care if he does. I know he wants to win. Maybe he wants to win MVP. He says he doesn't care about MVP anymore. Maybe he wants to win MVP. I don't know. And Maxey pours in his own 32 points. And Tyrese Maxey, just doing his thing as a number 2 man. A couple drives and finishes that were just crazy. Started out the game cold from 3, but didn't stop shooting. Ended up putting up 10 3-point attempts in the game. Ended up 4 for 10. That's 40%. For those that want me to do math for them, 4 for 10, 40%. I know I'm a genius. And Maxey was just a perfect sidekick in this game, working with Joel. And then, in the segments that Joel was on the bench, beginning of the third, beginning of the fourth, Maxey was cooking. He scored the first 5 points of the third quarter. And one finish, shoots a 3 around a screen. There was a timeout in the third quarter where, Nick Nurse called a timeout and drew up a play for Tyrese Maxey to just come off a double screen and catch it and shoot it fading to his left. He had the first points of the third quarter was the Maxey layup that was just, I was just about to say it and you said it at the same time. Jinx woven web. Tyrese just up and under with the late release English Kyrie Irving style. His finishing around the rim was elite in tonight's game. His finishing around the rim was. And I thought Maxey played a good balanced game. I thought he didn't force anything. I thought he was taking what was coming to him. Sometimes still at this point of his career or his age, he looks like he forces threes or is a little bit unsure of where he wants to be on the court. I thought he looked very comfortable in this game, very confident, and, hit the 3, got to the mid-range, got to the floater, and got all the way to the rim and made some really nice finishes at the rim. What happened in the Celtics? Nuggets game? Did the Celtics just win that game? They came down to the wire with the Denver Nuggets. People in the Discord are talking about it. Oh, the Celtics lost. Nice. Yeah! I keep telling y'all, man. Y'all keep coming in my damn comments telling me, yeah, but we can't beat the Boston Celtics. Yeah, but we can't beat the Boston Celtics. Somebody was in a Discord today. Talking about how Joe Mazzulla is hated on and hasn't been given a fair chance and all this BS. Is a Sixers chat. I hate the Boston Celtics. Fair warning. Do not join the Discord and talk about how making excuses for the Boston Celtics. There's 3 things I hate in this world. There's not many things. There's 3 things. My baby mom, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Boston Celtics. All right? Don't come in my Discord sounding like a Boston Celtics fan. I hate the Boston Celtics, and you should too. They're overrated, they're fraudulent, and Joe Mazzulla sucks. And Jaylen Brown's the most overpaid player in history. Anyway, let's get back to the Sixers. Shout out to the Nuggets for beating the Boston Celtics. Fuck the Celtics, man. Play-by-play with JJ, my dude. Joel Embiid's self-lobs are beautiful, just like this channel. Thank you, good sir. If you guys don't know play-by-play with JJ, he does play-by-plays with Sixers games, Phillies games, Flyers games, what's the other sports team? Eagles games. Shout out to play-by-play with JJ. Go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. 169 people in here. Hit the like button. Give me 169 likes. Joel Embiid's self-alley-oop. It happened right when I said out loud on the playback stream, Joel Embiid does things that you're never going to see again. When he had he was on pace for 60 points. He had 15 at the end of the first quarter. And I was like, Joel Embiid's on pace for 60 points. But it just feels normal. That's how good he is at scoring. Don't read Twitter. Don't read Twitter. Don't read these cancer-filled Facebook groups. Don't read the nonsense. Really sit down and look at how ridiculous this is compared to the history of the NBA. Joel Embiid can drop 28 points in a half, and it feels totally normal. That level of scoring is historic, and you're never going to see it again once he's retired. I want you to know that. Oh, as a Sixers fan, cherish it and watch every game because you're watching a player that's doing things that you probably in your lifetime will never see again in a Sixers jersey. So just cherish it and appreciate it. But anyway, I said that. And right when I said Joel Embiid's doing things that you're never going to see happen again, he throws the ball off the backboard to himself in traffic and dunks it. This is a play that agile like guards make in the NBA. Anthony Edwards, Kobe Bryant back in the day. LeBron James has done it a lot in his career. These are plays that super athletic wings make. An NBA center does not pump fake, take a step, and throw an alley-oop to himself off the backboard. This is just a generational talent. Not even a generational talent. Fuck that. This is a lifetime talent. This is a once-in-a-lifetime talent, is Joel Embiid. And the level that he's scoring at right now, with the mid-range jumper being the best mid-range jumper in the entire NBA at the highest rate in the entire NBA, if he just stays healthy and plays like this in the playoffs, I don't care who's around him. The Sixers can compete with anybody. That's what I wanted to say. Hey, thanks, JJ. Thanks for the contribution there. Reminding me about the Joel Embiid self-alley-oop. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. The game went back and forth. I felt like the game was like pretty much how the last game was against the Orlando Magic, which was, it looked competitive in the beginning. You know what I mean? Because they have a lot of guys that have skill. They have a lot of guys that can get buckets on you, but there's not really yet an identity of that team. There's not really yet a real leader or an engine of the team. It should be Paolo, I guess, but it really just looks like Paolo gets the ball in and gets into like ISO situations and shoots it. There just doesn't look like there's a lot of identity on that team yet. It's just a bunch of randomness. But, Jalen Suggs and Paolo and Wendell Carter and Isaiah, the hell's his name, man? Jonathan Isaac, I mean. Markelle Fultz coming off the bench. I know a lot of Sixers fans are still on this lifetime, we need to bring Markelle back. It's ridiculous. It's been ridiculous ever since it was first said to me. It's still ridiculous. He's not good. He's not even a starting point guard on the Orlando Magic. Jonathan Isaac. Let's talk about Jonathan Isaac for a second. High draft pick, tons of potential. Has been injured his whole career, just like Mo Bamba. He's healthy again, and he gets a rebound in this game, and he goes back up, a little elbow to the mouth of Joel Embiid. But yes, he postered the hell out of Joel Embiid on an offensive rebound putback, And I'm sure the haters are posting that all over social media. But shout out to Jonathan Isaac. It was a good play. And he hit a 3 at one point. But I said, these dudes are going to come down to earth. They were shooting 57% from 3 in the first half. I was like, it's only a matter of time. Orlando comes down to earth. The Sixers run away with this game. It was a game that was like, we were down by, I think, 5 at one point. It was a game that was like close numbers-wise, but you never really felt like it was close. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those games. It was close like when you looked at the score. But if you were really watching the game and how everything was unfolding, it never felt like it was close. It felt like the Sixers are there's not even a question about, are we going to win this game or not? It just felt like the Magic were kind of hanging there on a cliff with one hand for like 2.5 quarters. And then they finally just let go. And the end of the third and the entire fourth quarter, it was over. But yeah, Jonathan Isaac, he got the poster on Joel Embiid, but then he came back down to earth, shot a 3 off the side of the backboard. Magic came back down to earth after their hot shooting in the first half, and the Sixers put it away pretty easily. What other notes do I have on this game? Tobias Harris. I don't care what Tobias Harris did in the game. He was 3 for 10, but really he was 3 for 10 because he was still out there in garbage time trying to stat pad. Trade value Toby. Nurse put him out there and said, listen, let's pump up your numbers. It's funny because Tobias Harris, he can score. How do you get in the game in garbage time and can't get a bucket? He had 12 points at halftime. He finished the game with 12 points. He was still on the floor in garbage time because they were trying to stat pad for him, and he couldn't get a bucket. Okay, I said I wasn't going to slander Tobias, and he's 3 for 10 because of the shots he was putting up in garbage time that were garbage. But I thought the first 2.5 quarters, Tobias played his role, contributed when we needed him to contribute. Embiid had the ball the whole game. I don't care that Tobias didn't drop 20 points. I only ever care if Tobias steps up when we need him to step up. We didn't need him to step up in his game. He gave you 12, whatever. It is what it is. It doesn't help his trade value. I wish he could have stat padded a little more in garbage time. Instead of being garbage in garbage time, I wish he could have been, But whatever. Tobias Harris was 3 for 10. Yeah. Marcus Morris Sr. in the third quarter had a little bit of a run. Pump fake, gets into the mid-range. Uncle Marcus, Mr. Fundamentals, gets into the mid-range. And then he hits the slowest pivot spin fadeaway jumper you've ever seen in your life. Shout out to Uncle Marcus. The Sixers were getting killed on the boards in the beginning of the game. Came around, I think it was an even rebound battle by the end of it. Crawley says, Tobias is making a max. Come on, man. He should be averaging 25 points. Do you realize how many times Tobias Harris would have to shoot the ball per game for him to average 25 points? Do you really want that to be happening? Do you really want Tobias Harris to be shooting the ball enough times per game to average 25 points? When Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey are absolutely cooking, I don't want him to be doing that. No, thank you. No, thank you. Give the ball to Maxey. Give the ball to Joel. Get the hell out of the way. If you could stagger him, right? If you could stagger him, maybe then, yeah, maybe if he was a better shot creator, he could average 20 points a game in staggered like bench lineups, maybe. But I mean, come on, bro. Come on. Tobias ain't going to score 25 a game. What else? Who we got in the Discord? AJ Analysis is hanging out in the Discord. AJ, we'll put you on the air, buddy. What's going on, AJ? What you got for me? Yo.
All right, so
what's up?
The first thing I want to talk about is I think Tobias Harris it's just such a confusing player. One day, Sixers fans want to trade him. The other day, they think he's really good. And I'm so confused about Tobias Harris.
What's your take on Tobias?
As of now, I think maybe we should keep Tobias Harris right now. But I'm a little bit worried because I don't want him to melt down in the playoffs like the other years that he has done, especially against the Boston Celtics. He was pretty bad against them.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was. Well, if history repeats itself, Tobias Harris will be a no-show in the Tobias in the playoffs. In the Tobias Harris in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? What else you got, man? I don't want to talk about Tobias Harris. I don't even care anymore that he's. I don't care.
Yeah, the other thing I want to talk about is that people need to appreciate Joel Embiid. Like he literally is doing things that guards can't do. He's literally, Kevin Durant's one of the greatest mid-range shooters of all time, and Joel Embiid is a better mid-range shooter than him
Hell
this
yeah, bro.
season.
Hell yeah.
I think this season he improved the shooting way more than last season. Now he can shoot even more efficiently from the 3-point line. And I think that's very important for the Philadelphia 76ers. And he keeps improving every single year, unlike that bum Jason Tatum.
Damn, Jason Tatum catching strays from AJ. What's your beef with Jason Tatum, man?
He's on the Celtics, man. When the Celtics lose, America wins.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
They're just like the cowgirls. So
yeah,
I mean,
facts.
I mean, yeah, I don't like the Celtics.
What else you got, AJ? What else you got?
Yeah, last thing I got is that I think we should trade for Corey Kispert or Bruce Brown. I think Corey.
AJ, I love you, man. I gotta go. I gotta bang on you, bro. Every time you call, you gotta trade, bro. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm out. I'm traded out, bro. I'm traded out. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore, dude. I hate the trade deadline so much, man. I hate the trade deadline so much, bro. And AJ, I love you, but I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. I don't want to, because here's what you're going to say. AJ, here's what you're going to say. And I'm being honest with you. Here's what you're going to say. Should we trade for Corey Kispert? The answer is, yeah, sure. I don't know what what I'm saying is, I don't know what to say in response to these trade ideas anymore. I don't know what to say. Bruce Brown off the bench. Yes, I would like him. He's a microwave scorer off the bench. Yes. Answer is yes. I don't know what to say. That's all I'm saying. Not trying to be rude. I just can't do it. I don't know what to say to these trade ideas anymore. And every person that calls in says, and then they'll do this. I have a trade that nobody's talking about, and here's what it is. And they say it, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Now I feel bad. You're my guy, AJ. DFJ Hoops, thanks for the super chat, my dude. This is what a beast should be doing, taking care of business early and get out, just like working first shift. Get in and get out. Get in and get out. Get in, take care of business and get out. You know, when Joel came out of the game in the second quarter? What was it? Where's my notes at? Embiid was out to start the second and when Embiid was out to start the second quarter, the Sixers started to get owned on the rebounds because, you had Marcus Morris and Paul Reed out there. And again, Paul Reed should be a better rebounder. I'm used to Paul Reed being a better rebounder. But against, Jonathan Isaac and Wendell Carter Jr., they started to get killed on the glass. There was a lot of offensive rebounds and putbacks, and the Sixers went down like 5, 6, 7 points. You still didn't feel like they were going to lose, but it was just like, Joel, please come back and take care of business. And Joel Embiid came back in the game in that second quarter and just started cooking. I mean, just every single possession, give me the ball, I'm scoring. And, our guy Boga, I forget his name already, bro. Goga Batazzi got cooked again. Wendell Carter got cooked again. Mid-range, and then Joel throws it off the backboard to himself. He took it. He saw that the Sixers. That's the thing. Like, should we be worried about that? Should we be worried about Joel coming out of the game and the Sixers looking a little bit fraudulent against the Orlando Magic? And then Joel comes back in and says, "Okay, guys, you don't want to put this game away. I'll put it away for us." The Sixers live and die with Joel Embiid. It is what it is. It's another season where the Sixers live and die with Joel Embiid. I don't know what else to say. We need him to be healthy in the playoffs to win. It is what it is. And when you got Marcus Morris and Paul Reed out there against Jonathan Isaac and Wendell Carter Jr., those guys are a little bit too big for them. Marcus Morris especially. I mean, the dude, come on, bro. I love what he can bring on the offensive side, but he can't defend anymore. There was a play where Jonathan Isaac cut back door, and Marcus didn't even really move. He's 35. I mean, at the trade deadline, it would be nice to get a little bit of help on the backup center power forward situation that can maybe help you not get destroyed in the rebound department when Joel Embiid goes to the bench. And AJ, if you were going to say something about a player that would help us rebound, I feel bad now. I feel bad that I banged on you, man. You're the man, bro. But I don't know. I don't want to talk about trades, you know what I mean? Brooklyn, we need a live stream pickup game. You versus JJ or RB. Make it happen, brother. Oh, man, a live stream pickup game. Well, first of all, I want to say my basketball playing days are kind of behind me. I know I don't look my age, but I'm a little bit older than you guys probably think I am. And the last time I tried to getting back into playing, I tore every ligament in my right ankle. And it was brutal. It was brutal for the next couple of months. It hurt a lot. And it's almost a year after that. That was almost a year ago. And it's still sore. But I can get back into it. But a live stream one-on-one game, I don't know if I want to do that, bro. That's an injury waiting to happen, dude. Pope, exactly, bro. I'm every time I try to get back into it, I feel like I'm very close to an ACL tear. When you start to hit where we're at, it's a gamble now every time you play. And I don't want to tear an ACL because that seems like it would suck a lot. But, maybe I will. I love the game. You only live once. Maybe I'll get back into it. Maybe risking an ACL tear is worth it. You could injure it during a live stream. Well, what would that make me go viral or something? I don't know, man. Yeah, what else we got, man? What are you guys talking about in the chat, man? Give me something. A question, a comment, a take on the game, or call the Discord. The Discord server, you just jump in there and you go right into the call-ins waiting room, and I put you on the air. Shout out to AJ for always being there ready to call in. That's my dude. Anybody else who wants to call in, go ahead and get on it. 277 people in here. Give me some likes. Give me 277 likes. There's just not much to say about this game, you know what I mean? Joel dominated. The Magic can't guard him. Tyrese Maxey in the third quarter, he scored the first 5 points. He hit a three. He had the up and under layup. Banchero got going on the jump shots a little bit on the other side. Joel Embiid got bored with the way that he was scoring, so he decided to do a running hook shot over Wendell Carter. He just I'm bored. I'm just gonna do a running hook shot now. His jumper went a little bit cold in the third quarter. He shot like 3 or 4 jumpers in a row, but Sixers put it away. Tyrese Maxey hits a full court Euro on Joe Ingles and one finish. Tarquavian Smith, man. I almost forgot. Tarquavian Smith. A lot of people this season, and I've watched some of his highlights in the G League. Tarquavian Smith is a little bucket. He's a little sharp shooter. I've watched some of his highlights in the G League, and this little dude will pull up from anywhere. And a lot of people have been saying all season long in the comments, Tarquavian Smith should be getting minutes. Tarquavian Smith should be on our team in the rotation. And the thing that I'm assuming is that he's a little too small to guard NBA players. He came out there, he looked like, I don't know his exact height and weight, but he looks like he's about the size of Trae Young. And him and Maxey in the same backcourt would be defensive nightmare, But Tarquavian Smith comes in the game, and Ricky Council Jr. scores his first NBA points at the free throw line, and Sixers bench cheers. It's awesome to see, right? Tarquavian Smith, about a minute left in the game. And I'm saying on the playback stream, I want to see Tarquavian Smith shoot the ball. Give the ball to Tarquavian Smith. At one point, Kelly Oubre took the ball from the top of the key and drove in and finished. He was being a hater. Kelly, you're in garbage time. What are you doing? Give the ball to the youngins. Anyway, Terquavian Smith gets a three-point attempt from about 6 feet behind the three-point line, top of the key. Money. Come for his first NBA points. Sixers bench goes crazy. Comes back down. Very next possession, right side. Dribble pull up in somebody's face. I don't know any of the players that were on the floor for the Magic at the time. Hits another one. Terquavian Smith. Back-to-back threes in his 76ers debut. Loved it. And I've been watching his highlights, again, like I said, in the G League, and he's been doing this for a long time. He's a ridiculous pull-up shooter. He really is. It'll be interesting to see if Nick Nurse finds a way to get him on the floor. Turk is taller than Maxey. He's 6'4". Bro, there's no effing way Terquavian Smith is 6'4". He looked tiny out there. How tall is Terquavian Smith? Oh, that's Patty Smith. He's 5'8". Terquavian Smith. All right, here we go, bro. Height and weight. 6'4". How's he that tall? How's he that tall? But listen, here's why he looks tiny out there. You want to know? He's 6'4", $160. Bro, do you understand how skinny that is? He's 6'4", 160 pounds in the NBA. He's gonna get moved. He's gonna get moved all around. I'm 5'11", 185. This dude's 6'4", 25 pounds lighter than me. Holy hell, bro. But I didn't know he was that tall. He looked tiny. I don't know. I didn't realize he was at 6'4". That's a decent height. You're right. But Maxey's 6'3", like 200. Is 190 something, I think. 6'4", 160? Holy hell. Iverson was 165, yeah, but Iverson was about 5'10". 6'4", 160 is tiny. But, you know, if they can find points in the game or certain lineups where he can get some minutes, he's better than Furkan Korkmaz, right? We can say that, right? Let him hit the weight room. I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, 280 people in here. Shout out to everybody in here. Sixers take care of the Orlando Magic pretty easily. I don't have much else to say. It's a Friday night. People are chilling. Nobody's calling in the Discord because there's really not much to say about this game. Shout out to everybody that came through. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to me on the playback stream. Thanks for tuning in to Postgame Live. Yeah. Hornets tomorrow. I will not be around for that game. That one might be a snooze fest as well. We'll see what happens. I won't be around for that game, but we'll be right back here next week whenever they play next. All right? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Hit the like button one time for me, and y'all have yourselves a great night.